चलो भाई, अभी आज ये वाला क्वेश्चन करते हैं। क्वेश्चन नंबर 15, वेवरली एंड सेट लिमिटेड ग्रुप। लेट्स स्टार्ट विद दिस। ओके, अभी हम हर एक क्वेश्चन को अटेम्प्ट करने के पहले है ना, एक स्टैंडर्ड फॉर्मेट सेट करेंगे कि हम एग्जाम में हम कैसे पेपर को अटेम्प्ट करने वाले हैं। ठीक है, हम एग्जाम में हम कैसे पेपर को अटेम्प्ट करने वाले हैं। सबसे पहले हम इजी इजी क्वेश्चंस को अटेम्प्ट अटेम्प्ट करेंगे। जैसे कि अभी इस क्वेश्चन में देखो, अभी वैट है, डी एन एन को ऐसे छोटे 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 क्वेश्चन लग रहे हैं मेरे को। फिर ये वाला क्वेश्चन हो गया। फिर सबसे पहले हम ये वाले क्वेश्चन को अटेम्प्ट करेंगे। क्यों? क्योंकि हम एग्जाम में भी जब मैं जाने वाला हूँ, मैं जब जाने वाला हूँ, तो मैं तो बेसिकली सबसे पहले ये 50 मार्क का क्वेश्चन करूंगा ही नहीं। मैं 25-25 खत्म करूंगा, एंड देन ये छोटे वाले क्वेश्चन पे आऊंगा। जैसे ये छोटे वाले क्वेश्चन पे आऊंगा, सबसे पहले ये देखो, ये 10 और जैसे कि ये 21 मार्क्स शायद चले जाएंगे, ठीक है। लेकिन ये अगर मैं अगर ये 16 अटेम्प्ट करने के बाद फिर ये फ्लो में अगर ये छोटे छोटे इजी इजी वाले रहेंगे तो वो फिर ज्यादा बुरा लगेगा ना। तो ये रहा सबसे पहले, knowledge gained from previous clients. Our firm has advised previous clients on VAT issues for overseas taxation, for overseas transactions. Explains to what extent we can use the knowledge gained from previous client to assist us in providing the advice for wagon. तो अभी सबसे पहले ना, जब भी हम ऐसा करेंगे ना, तो नहीं है तो ये बहुत ही जेनेरिक आंसर है। तो इसको जेनेरिक ट्रीटमेंट देना है। जेनेरिक ट्रीटमेंट इसका क्या है कि द नॉलेज दैट वी हैड गेन फ्रॉम द प्रीवियस, फ्रॉम वर्किंग फॉर द प्रीवियस क्लाइंट्स, बिकॉज मे बी वी हैड अदर क्लाइंट्स एज वेल। अभी तो इसके वैट इश्यूज है, तो ये वैट इश्यूज में होगा क्या? नहीं। तो we had previous clients as well who had similar issues, and when we had worked with those clients, we had dealt with certain same scenarios, and therefore the knowledge that we had gained from the previous clients can be used here. However, only the experience and the expertise which we had gained from the previous client, that can be used here. So that the work during Wagon Limited, or while or assisting, or the assistance required for Wagon Limited can be done as quickly as possible. And same and बस इतना लिखते हैं, and then we will write कि however we have the, however, as ACCA graduates or as ACCA professionals, we have to follow the five basic principles, fundamental principles, which are integrity, objectivity, confidentiality, professional behavior and due care, and professional competence. Sorry, professional competence and due care, and fifth है professional behavior. So we have the fundamental principle of confidentiality for our ex clients as well as our current clients. ठीक है ना? So that's why no information should be leaked from one client to the other. ये अपन इसका खास ध्यान रखेंगे, ऐसा बोलेंगे। ठीक है, that's it. ये देखो, knowledge gained from previous lens. ACCA Code of Ethics and Conduct include confidentiality as one of the fundamental principles of ethics on which we should base our professional behavior. ठीक है, ठीक है, where we have acquired confidential information as a result of our professional and business relationships, we cannot use it to our own advantage or to the advantage of the third parties. The principle of confidentiality applies to both ex-clients and continuing clients. As a result of this, we should not use any confidential information relating to our existing or ex-clients to assess set limited group. We are, however, permitted to use the experience and expertise we have gained from advising our clients. ये हो गया F लिमिटेड डन। अब आते हैं DNN पे। Explain whether set limited will be subject to CSC charge in respect of either D or N company. Are we subject to CSC charge or not? Hmm. आ जाओ ऊपर आ जाओ, देखते हैं। ये रहा डी एंड एन कंपनी सेट लिमिटेड ओन शेयर्स इन टू सीएफसीज, डी कंपनी एंड एन कंपनी. Both of these companies have chargeable profits for the purpose of CFC legislation. As per the CFC legislation, if the एक मिनट, CFC comes into play when one UK company owns a foreign subsidiary or an overseas subsidiary. ठीक है, and the artificial profits are diverted towards them so as to save the taxes. So that's when CFC charge comes into play. मतलब थोड़ा सा ऐसा कंट्रोल एक्स करके वहां पे पीछे डाल देंगे. अभी आता है, however, there are certain exceptions. If these exceptions are fulfilled, then CFC charge does not come into play. So let us take into consideration that percentage of ordinary shareholding. So see, in D company, we only have a 21% shareholding. We do not have a 25% shareholding in D company, and that's why CFC charge would not be applied for D company. ये तो हो गया. अभी I can see from my file that only exemptions for the CFC charge requiring consideration are low profits exemption and low. Okay, nice. तो low profits exemption और low margin exclusion के बारे में ही बात करनी है. Exemption. तो low profits exemption क्या बोलते हैं? According to the low profits exemption, कि the profits of the company should be lower than 5 lakh and the uh, non-trading income should be 50,000 or even 50,000. So total profits. So in the current scenario, we can see that the profits are lower than 5 lakh. Taxable total profit. The taxable total profits are lower than 5 lakh. However, the non-trading income is not lower than 50,000. It is 65,000. So therefore, low profit. Low profits exemption is not satisfied. When we come down to low profit margin exemption, when we come down to low profit margin exemption, we can see that accounting profit expenditure. अभी ऑपरेटिंग ये क्या बोलता था कि अकाउंटिंग प्रॉफिट should be 10% of the operating expenditure. तो ये 10% तो है, बराबर है, 10% से लोअर है एक्चुअली. ठीक है ना, दिस इज लोअर देन 10%. दिस इज लोअर देन 10%. तो हाँ, इट इज लोअर देन 10%. तो फिर सीएससी चार्ज नहीं आएगा क्योंकि दोनों एग्जाम्पशन सेटिस्फाई हो जाते हैं फिर यहाँ पे भी. तो देखो, नो सीएससी चार्ज विल अराइज इन रिस्पेक्ट ऑफ डी परफेक्ट. The low profit exemption does not apply even though actual total profits of less than 5 lakhs. This is because company is perfect. Low profits exemption, low profit margin exemption applies क्योंकि इनका प्रॉफिट बेसिकली 10% से था. ठीक है, ये हो गया, ये भी हो गया. डी, अभी डी वैगन लिमिटेड की तरफ अभी अपन बढ़ते हैं. इसमें क्या होता है? एक्सप्लेन वैट इम्प्लीकेशन ऑफ द ट्रांजैक्शंस कैरिड आउट बाय वैगन लिमिटेड. अभी चलो ये मैंने खत्म कर दिया ना, मतलब ये खत्म हो गया. Wagon Limited intends to purchase manufacturing components from Line Company. Line Company is a company resident in the country of Tirminusa. Okay, there is no VAT in Tirminusa. ठीक है, so that means we will be importing goods from the country of Tirminusa. The fact that there is no VAT in Tirminusa is irrelevant because while importing, we always have to we always have to charge input VAT or at 20%. ठीक है ना? And the equivalent output VAT should be charged for the same. So therefore, a tax neutral effect comes into play. Wagon Limited is also trying to sell to Signal Limited. Signal Limited is a resident in France. Signal is also a company which is not required to be registered for VAT in France. Again, that is irrelevant because output tax for 20% will again be charged. Neither line or Signal have links with setup. हो जाने दो. अभी डी की तरफ बढ़ते हैं. ये देखो, परचेज फ्रॉम लाइन. The purchase of components will be dealt under postponed VAT accounting. Wagon will record input VAT as output VAT on its VAT return and in the VAT quarter covering the date of importation, provided the components are used to make taxable supplies. The VAT paid can be reclaimed by Wagon Limited as input tax on the same VAT return. Okay, nice. Sales to sales unit will be treated as zero. Oh my God, नहीं 20% नहीं था, zero rated था. Zero rated supplies are treated as taxable supplies, so this will not impair wagon invoice. ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है. So that was one mistake. हमको पता चल गया कि एक्सपोर्ट करते टाइम हमको जीरो रेटेड सप्लाईज बोलना है, ठीक है, उस चीज को. वी डू नॉट हैव टू से व्हाट आई सेड. व्हाट डिड आई से? I said I think I said standard rated. That's not thing. एक्सपोर्ट करते टाइम इट इज जीरो रेटेड. ठीक है, मैं इस चीज को जरा लिख देता हूँ तब तक, इसको पॉज करके. चलो भाई, अभी देखो ये हो गया ऑलमोस्ट. हमने कितने 13 मार्क्स का सम किया, ठीक है ना. अभी ये एक थोड़ा सा कर लेते हैं. Waverley resident status. Explain the maximum number of days which Waverley will be able to spend in the UK in the tax year 26-27 without being a UK resident. I have already concluded that for tax year 26-27, Waverley will be neither automatically resident nor automatically, अच्छा, neither automatically resident overseas nor automatically resident in the UK. Background: Waverley was born in the UK to UK domiciled parents in 1985. He divorced his wife in 2023, has three children, all of whom are under 18, and live with his ex-wife in the UK. Okay. Waverley began trading as a sole trader on 1st of March 2017. We are advising him on the sale of his unincorporated business with the objective of minimizing his capital gains tax liability. Uh, it has been concluded that it will be very difficult to sell the business as an unincorporated entity, so Waverley is going to sell the business to a newly formed company to a newly formed company which he owns, Roller Limited. Waverley will then sell his shares in Roller Limited. मैं पता क्या बोल रहा हूँ. सी, बेसिक क्वेश्चन तो यही होगा कि बेसिकली वो हमें उसके थ्री टीयर्स निकाल, वो सॉरी टीयर्स है ना उसके, वो टाइज टाइज सॉरी टाइज हमको निकालने. हाउ मच टाइज आर वी एबल टू सक्सेसफुली फुलफिल. नाउ he divorced his wife in 2023, but his children are still living, so उसका family tie is getting fulfilled here. One, Beverly has decided to immigrate to Serbia. He wants to make a fresh start and has heard from friends that moving abroad could be advantageous from the point of view of UK tax. He will be moving to Serbia on 5th of April 2026. ठीक है. Waverly wants to see his children regularly, so is also an enthusiastic member of an amateur football team in वो फालतू है, वो मैं मैटर नहीं करती, लेकिन he wants to see his children, so he will be moving to UK. वो हो गया, उसका ओनली फैमिली टाइप तो है. As a result, he intends to spend as many days as possible in the UK in the tax year 26-27. Okay. He will continue to work for Roller Limited until the company is sold, and it is possible that the purchaser of Roller Limited will ask Waverley to do further work for the company while he's in the UK. So that's good. So substantial work he will be doing. So work tie is also getting fulfilled. Okay, job tie है जो ये वो. Waverley will sell his home in the UK in March 26. The house, अच्छा March 26 मतलब in the previous year only. The house is Waverley's private residence such that there will be no capital gains tax in respect of his disposal. So house accommodation tax is not fulfilled. Family accommodation and then job these two are getting fulfilled. House is not getting fulfilled. ठीक है. Once the house is full, whenever Waverly is in the UK, he will stay in a hotel, as he does not have any other UK property available for his use. When he is not in the UK, he will live in a new house which he plans to buy in Sofia. ठीक है. ये तभी देखो ये बंदे मुझे पता है क्या लग रहा है. ही इज इमिग्रेटिंग एंड ट्राइंग टू मेक अ फ्रेश स्टार्ट एंड व्हाट नॉट. So he is spending more days in the UK than any other country in the tax year. And the previous two tax years he has fulfilled the 90 days. ठीक है ना? So 90 days तो ये रहा होगा पिछले in the previous 2 years. So his three ties are getting fulfilled here. हमको क्या बताना है? How many ties he has to fulfill to be a resident ना? So without being a resident in the UK, अभी देखो पेज नंबर 35 यहाँ पे ही ना हमको वो लोग दे देते हैं वो टाइज वाला. हम्म. He was previously a resident only, है ना? वो previously भी resident ही था. हम्म. He was previously a resident. He is fulfilling three ties. So आता है 46 to 90. So therefore 45 days. He has to spend 45 days. ठीक है. In the he if he spends 45 days in the UK, he will still not be called as a resident. He will still be a non-resident. But if he spends more than 40 days in the UK, sorry, 46 days, 46, at least 46 days in the UK, then he will be called as a resident. ये अपन बता. I think यही होना चाहिए आंसर. Let's check. Hmm. The number of days which Beverly can spend in the UK, 26, 27, without being UK will depend on the ties. He can, Beverly will definitely satisfy two ties. He was in the UK for more than 90 days, perfect. He is having children in the UK, perfect. Beverly will also satisfy a third tie. He works in the UK for 40 days. अब मैंने ये assume किया है कि he is working. हाँ ये अपन डाल देंगे कि on the assumption that he is working तो उसको 46 days है ऐसा. Waverly will not satisfy the following two ties in respect of the tax year 26-27. He will not have accommodation in the UK available to his use. He will not be in the UK for more days than any other country in the world. Perfect. क्योंकि वही ना अपन ने अजूम ना कि वो वहाँ पे मतलब फ्रेश स्टार्ट करने को जा रहा है, एक जिंदगी जीने को जा रहा है. Waverly was resident in the previous three tax years. Accordingly, he works in the UK for 40 days or more, such that he satisfies three ties. He will only be able to spend 45 days in the UK. Nice. But यहाँ पे देखो क्या बोला. If Waverly does not work in the UK 40 days or more, he will only satisfy two ties and therefore will be able to spend 90 days in the UK without being a UK resident. Okay. तो ये उन्होंने नीचे assumption किया है. दो so they are given both the scenarios. ठीक है ना? अपन भी दोनों scenarios देख सकते हैं. मुझे तो एक ही याद है इसमें. I think now we are done with 8, 14, and then 19. We are done with 19 marks. Now we'll be moving towards the bigger questions. ठीक है ना? पहले मैं part 1 जो है मैं पहले इधर तक ही रखता हूँ.